What's up, everyone? It's the Emerald Enthusiast, and welcome to this unboxing of this Mcfarlane DC Multiverse Platinum Edition figure of the Green Lantern Corps. The front of the packaging features the Mcfarlane Platinum Edition sticker, as well as the silver foil lettering that says Mcfarlane Collector Edition. The trading card and peg base are positioned behind the figure, and the accessories are positioned off to the sides. There's a partial window on the top and product information on the bottom. One side of the packaging designates this figure as the Green Lantern Corps, while the opposite side of the packaging features another partial window. The back of the package features artwork from the cover of Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 3. The Platinum Edition figure is very similar to the base Mcfarlane Collector Edition Green Lantern figure, although they are not identical. That figure features interchangeable heads of Chummuck and Abin, whereas the Platinum Edition Chase figure features interchangeable heads of Arkkis, Chummuck, and Green Man. I have a review of the base figure here on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below, so make sure to check that out. And now let's bust open this package and see what's inside. The figure comes with this DC logo peg base, and of course these are very helpful in balancing figures on your shelves. We also get this trading card. The front is, once again, Tales of the Green Lantern Corps number 3, and the back features a brief description of the Green Lantern Corps. If you would like to read this, I'll have close-up shots of the front and the back of the trading card at the end of the video. Here's a look at the personal power battery, and overall this is done quite well. It's made of translucent plastic. I wish it were a little bigger, but I think it's an adequate accessory. And we also get this construct shield with the Green Lantern symbol in the middle. We get this ring blast effect, and I appreciate that as well. I'll have close-up shots of all of these on the figure at the end of the video. The figure comes with all of these interchangeable hands, but I want to call attention to one of these in particular. I didn't realize what this was when I first reviewed the Chummuck and Abin figure. Green Lantern rings can function as communicators, and this is a holographic representation of one of the Guardians of the Universe. It's also worth noting that the ring sculpting on the interchangeable hands is different than that on the ring on the fist. And under magnification like this, you can certainly see the difference in shape. And here's a closer look at all 3 of the ring hands that come with this figure. And here we see Arkkis Chummuck free of the package and ready to rumble. And likewise, here is Green Man, ready to do his duty and rumble with those who worship evil's might. This figure is currently selling for far more than the MSRP, and as a figure of lesser-known alien Green Lanterns, it certainly won't appeal to everyone. However, hardcore Green Lantern collectors might well be eager to add a non-human Green Lantern figure to their collections. So let's get a closer look at the loose details now. Here's a look at the lower body, and this is very similar to the lower bodies from many Green Lantern figures from the Mcfarlane DC Multiverse line. We get the sculpted boots. I do wish that the green sections were metallic. And we get the flexible hip piece once again. The costume is textured, and once again we get the peg holes on the bottoms of the feet. Here's a look at the torso, and the Green Lantern symbol is paint. It is not sculpted, however it is executed well. Here's a look at the latissimus dorsi. There's plenty of good sculpting on the torso. I wish that this figure would have had green shoulders instead of black ones. That would have been more accurate for the 1980s, and that's when both of these characters were introduced. I also wish that Mcfarlane would have used a slightly thicker torso to represent these two characters. Initially, I thought that the bodies of the base figure and the Platinum Edition figure were the same, but you can see here that the Platinum Edition has the black shoulders, whereas the base figure has green shoulders. Ironically, it would have been more comic accurate for Arkkis, Chummuck, and Green Man to have a green-shouldered Green Lantern uniform. Conversely, both Abin Sur and Tomar Ray wore black-shouldered Green Lantern uniforms in their first appearances. Here's a copy of Tomar Ray's first appearance. This is Green Lantern Volume 2, Number 6, and you can clearly see that he is wearing a black-shouldered Green Lantern uniform. I don't understand why Mcfarlane didn't just swap out the two pairs of heads for comic accuracy. However, since these are all interchangeable heads, you can put them on the correct uniform if you wish. Here's a closer look at the arms, and once again we get the sculpted white gloves, as well as the butterfly joints, and I'm always appreciative of those. We get this gripping hand for the personal power battery, and I like that as well. I would have liked for the arms to have a little more muscle mass to represent these two characters. However, that is a very minor criticism. Obviously, the main draw to this figure is the two different head sculpts, and this head sculpt of Arkkis Chummuck is outstanding. The mask is sculpted. There's very tight paint application on the teeth. And you can see all of the individual strands on the hair. The ears are pointed, and that is character accurate. Here's a look at Green Man's head sculpt, and you can see all of the detail on the skin. I really like how realistic that looks. And there's also a paint differentiation between the skin and the mask. I have no complaints about either one of these head sculpts. In terms of articulation, once again, we get the midfoot hinge. There's plenty of movement at the ankles. We get the double jointed knees that will allow you to get the figure into a running pose. The figure kicks forward this far. The ratchet joints allow the legs to go out to the sides that much. The figure steps back. There's waist rotation and upper torso swiveling. Here's a look at the articulation in the arms. We get double jointed elbows and bicep swiveling. The butterfly joints allow for both ring slinging and flying poses. In terms of the head sculpt, the figure looks easily from side to side and up and down. And here is what the joint looks like without either of the head sculpts. This allows for a wide variety of movement. However, I do want to caution collectors to use care when manipulating this joint. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review, and don't forget to tell all of your friends about this channel. And I'll be back with more Green Lantern content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.